And with that, we turn to our weather impacts right now. Got some beautiful views we're seeing around the area.
Certainly so. We do have a chance for more storms and potentially showers this weekend too, Brittany, right?
Yes, very late in the day though on Father's Day. So the majority of the day and really the majority of the weekend is completely dry. Today was one of those days where really after the morning rain, we've been completely clear and quiet. Temperature right now at 88, but dew point at 64. So that second number is the most important one. That's what's dropping us into that lower humidity category. Now it still is very muggy for this time of year and really just in general, but it's better than we were. This time yesterday, that dew point was about 15 degrees hotter. So that was the air you can wear. Now it's the air maybe you just can't wear. 88 degrees again right out there right now, dew point at 61, but notice it gets even better heading into tomorrow. You can see smiles all around by tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon as the humidity drops even more so. Now, if we're at 61 right now and the dew point is starting to drop, we're probably hovering right around the upper 50s and lower 60s tomorrow. So pretty much everyone seeing similar conditions to what we have in Charlotte at this time, which means it'll feel more bearable. So sticky returns Sunday, but at least Saturday, we know it's bearable for the majority of the day. And so that sticky return late Sunday, that'll be enough humidity, enough of a trigger to see that really, really low end risk for showers and thunderstorms. So tomorrow, completely dry. Sunday, we bring in that 20% until the mugginess really returns in full force early next week. So if this weekend maybe seems like more like early summer, if not late spring, tomorrow, great. Sunday, not as great, but still great. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday will feel like true July conditions, even though we're a little bit early for that. Right now, we're mostly dry, but I mentioned earlier we were tracking a few storms near Union, South Carolina. Those are clipping the southern parts there of Chester County, but otherwise, I don't anticipate any more storms related to that. We stay dry again overnight. Drier air mixes in tomorrow morning, which does keep us more comfortable, and then a few clouds mixing in for the latter half of Saturday, but overall it'll be a pretty pleasant day from start to finish. You can see this reflection here I was just talking about when it comes to the rain chances, so very, very limited. Look at just a few little spritzes of green there on Sunday. Do want to keep that 20% though in to account for dad maybe needing to grill, if he's grilling, even though it's Father's Day, a little bit earlier in the afternoon, just to make sure you're keeping away all that rain. 91 degrees in the afternoon. I know my dad would like that. And then Saturday, you can see we again are a little bit drier, a little bit cooler, but only by a couple of degrees. Now, Sunday is not only Father's Day, but it also is the summer solstice, which means it's our longest day of the year here in Charlotte. Really, it's only longer by essentially a millisecond than Saturday, but we'll take it. The summer solstice officially begins at 4:24 a.m. So if your dad's like mine, doesn't sleep, he might be up at that time. But essentially the summer solstice, especially really the solstice itself, comes from sun into standstill because that's when our sun is at its highest point in the sky. Again, it's our longest day of the year in Charlotte. That means about 14 hours and 32 minutes. Days gradually get shorter after that, as we know. The sunrise and sunset times change very small, kind of slowly but surely, but that takes us to the winter solstice, which is eventually only 9 hours and 47 minutes. So we lose a good amount, about 4.5 hours between summer and winter here in Charlotte. Again, it's different everywhere you live. It's a little bit less the further south you go toward Florida, toward the equator, and you get a little bit less, or I guess you're losing more daylight the further north you go and less daylight the further south you go. That was confusing. You have more daylight the closer you would get to the equator. Here's that Jerry Hunt Supercenter 7-day forecast. Again, you can see temperatures this weekend looking pretty good for Saturday, a little bit hotter for Sunday, 20% chance of that brace storm in the latter half of the day. And then we are in full summer force early next week. Temperatures back near 90. Dew points are higher, so that heat index will approach the mid to upper 90s.